Hey guys, my name is James Walsh, and you are listening to the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. I want to thank you for finding us. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. And if you get the chance on this video, click the like button. If you do, it'll turn blue. Check it out. Also, check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for all this great content available in MP3 format, our online store that'll keep us going free and clear, daily news updates, as well as all the information from the history of professional wrestling you could possibly ever want. Check out WrestlingEpicenter.com online right now. Without any delay, let's get to your interview here on the Wrestling Epicenter. So in 2007, Goldberg did an MMA pay-per-view. Don't get too excited. It was as a commentator, not as an MMA fighter. I would have loved to have seen him do MMA. I bet you he would have had a better win-loss record than CM Punk, but that's not hard to do. Anyway, Goldberg did an MMA pay-per-view, and the MMA company realized the draw that Goldberg was to the wrestling community, so they did a press conference. We were asked to only air our segments. I did sneak a little bit extra in, but here is our brief but cool interview. I'm going to call it an interview with Goldberg from 2007. Enjoy. This, I believe, is our last 2007 broadcast as I bring it back to you, looking back in 2021. So next week we start 2008. Which will include a lot of big names that joined us, including Lita and Tatanka and a lot of other WWE legends. So I hope you guys check out WrestlingEpicenter.com, subscribe here on YouTube, hit that like button, let the algorithms know what you're listening to, and let them know that we ought to get paid because we lack the money. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy Goldberg.
Hi, Dale. It's Aaron. Awesome. You've been a big fan for a long time. Thank you, Jeff. Are you going to be looking toward other MMA announcers to kind of get tips on or styles on how to do your announcing, or are you going to step right in and go with whatever?
Just like wrestling, man, I'm going to be my own guy. Rogan's a friend of mine, and, I'm not going to pick up the phone and say, hey, man, how do I do this? I've seen enough MMA fights, and I've tried to listen to the commentary as much as humanly possible, at least the guys that I can stand to listen to. And, I may not be the most experienced guy in the world, but I do bring something to color commentary that, I don't know anyone else that brings. It's like a George Foreman. It's just the colorful aspect that I can bring to it as opposed to, just like a regular commentary.
It seems like a lot of guys from wrestling or MMA, they do the crossover. Dan Severn, Ken Shamrock, and Sean O'Hare all come to mind, and now yourself. What do you think makes that transition so easy for people like yourself?
It's entertainment. It's really entertainment. It's kind of one-on-one entertainment. It's highly filled with testosterone, and it's character-driven. And like I said, WFA professing that it's a fighter-first organization, they're gonna invest in the production of the fighters, and it's not going to be okay. It's Vernon White coming in the ring. You're not going to see a little video blurb, and that'll be it. I'm sure that these guys are going to go in depth in trying to let the audience member, really get to know the fighter.
And my final question is, of course, the big rise of MMA in American culture comes the next year within the popularity of the Ultimate Fighter series on UFC, like TV. Do you see the fighters that are coming out of there as being legit deals, or just kind of being like the WWE version and stuff now where they came out and just long?
That's a hard one, man. That's a real hard one because I really haven't followed it too much, the Ultimate Fighter. But, the Ultimate Fighter and its success does nothing but help an organization like the WFA because it just gets more fans interested in the business itself. It may be, I'd have to say it's pretty similar to the wrestling show that they had, Tough Enough. I don't know if anybody's going to be a huge star that comes out of the Ultimate Fighter, but I mean, who knows? I hope it happens. I really do, because it can do nothing but help an organization like ours.
All right. Good luck. Sunday night or Sunday? Versus Wednesday pay-per-view.
What's that?
Good luck with pay-per-view.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. All right.
Hey, Mr. Goldberg, it's good to talk to you.
Thank you, sir.
First question I have for you is, with the inception of the UFC and obviously WFA and everything and their popularity, a lot of companies over in Japan are actually starting to go from traditional wrestling to MMA. What is your opinion of that?
Well, they've done that for a while. You know, the last wrestling card I was on in Japan, the match after mine was a tag between, I think two ex-MMA guys, Japanese guys, versus Mark Coleman and Kevin Randall. What I've seen is that there are a hell of a lot more MMA guys that want to, kind of bridge over into the wrestling world, than there are wrestlers that want to bridge over to the MMA world, because then it's, the reality of the pain. But, that's kind of my stance on that.
Do you see any guys in WFA that could branch over into wrestling in terms of not just sheer toughness, but also the ability to relate to the crowd and get the crowd to pop and all that nature?
I think so. There's no question. I just don't think that any organization has been able to spotlight them like the WFA is going to do. There are a lot of guys that are able to make that transition. Look at Shamrock, you look at Coleman. A lot of the Japanese guys, the last guy I wrestled / fought in Japan was a pride fighter. So, they, and ask Boss Rutan about Pancrase. There's a lot of entertainment value there.
Yes, indeed. Let me ask you this question. You joked earlier on about maybe getting in the ring and fighting Vince, but honestly, if you could get in there, is there anybody in the back of your mind that you'd really like to throw down with?
God, the guy that used to, who knows, man. There are so many people that I'd love to get in there with, but then again, it just wouldn't be fair. My accountant, my ex-girlfriend, so, who knows, man. Like I said, it's a progression of time in that I'd have to be totally prepared physically to start thinking about it mentally. So, to answer that right now, yeah, it would be unfair.
Just have a couple of wrestling questions for you, if that's cool.
Shoot.
Okay. The Brock Lesnar finish at WrestleMania seemed to leave the door open a little bit for Goldberg to continue with the WWE. Do you think that they had hopes that maybe you would consider coming back?
I think they knew that there was no doubt in my mind that there was no way that I was going back there. I don't, and conversely, I don't think they wanted me back there, which, was a mutual send-off, which, kind of made me happy.
I spoke to Kevin Nash last week, and Nash said something along the lines of the reason that Goldberg and the NWO failed in the WWE is that they just overproduced the hell out of everything. Would you agree with that?
Kevin can give you the booker's perspective. I just personally believe that they had a vendetta against all the WCW guys, and they really didn't wish for them to succeed because they weren't products of the WWE. That's my opinion, and everybody's got an opinion.
And I guess the final question I have for you involves TNA. You've talked a little bit about what they need to do. Yourself and the Ultimate Warrior have been talked about. Bring news guys in. They'll bring an audience, but do you think that they really need a better time slot so kids can actually find the show?
I'd love for that to happen more so than anything. I really would. I mean, they got this, midnight or 11 p.m. time slot, right now on Thursday nights. And, that's a start. There's no question. But, I wish that would happen more so than anything because of the fact that, a lot of my fans are younger kids.
And the final question, I lied, is you said that WFA is going to be the underdog company. You also called WCW the underdog company above earlier. Do you like being part of the underdog?
Oh, absolutely. Hold one second.
Sure.
They're at the gate.
They're going to have to wait. And I'm sorry, dude.
That's not a problem.
Film crew at the door. As of right now, they're the underdog, and I love being part of the underdog. No question about it. Once you go after, the company that wants to try to monopolize business, you know, that then you can align yourself with someone who definitely needs the help.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to seeing this pay-per-view on July 22nd.
You got it.
Hey guys, it's James Walsh here from the Wrestling Epicenter. I'd like to thank you for finding us here on YouTube. If you get the opportunity, please click that subscribe button, as well as the notifications bell. This way, anytime that we upload any new content or new-to-you content from our archives dating back to 2002, you'll be notified. You can check out what we're up to. Please also check out www.wrestlingepicenter.com for all your wrestling news and information needs, as well as check out our store to keep us running free and clear. Without any further delay, let's get to why you're here. Thanks for checking out Wrestling Epicenter on YouTube.